Hi, friends. We're going to practice more with perimeter today. This is the math lesson for Unit 3, Lesson 4 for second grade. Please make sure you have page 127 and a pencil and your centimeter ruler. All right, so we learned yesterday that the perimeter is the distance around a shape. We practiced with squares, which was pretty easy because you only had to measure one side. We practiced with rectangles, which was a little more work involved because you had to measure two sides, but not so bad. Today, we're going to practice with triangles. And with triangles, you have to measure every single side, okay? So here we see the word triangle. We know all these are going to be those three-sided shapes, but we know they all could have different size lengths or different side lengths. So let's go ahead and get started. I want you to measure each of the sides on the first triangle. And when you do that, you'll notice that these actually happen to all be the same. This is that triangle we learned about called an equilateral triangle. But we still have to measure all those sides. So if I fill in my centimeters, 2 plus 2 plus 2, I get a total of 6 centimeters. All right, let's look at number 2. I would like you to measure number 2 on your own. Measure each one of those sides and then fill in your perimeter equation and solve. Pause the video. All right, so we have 3 centimeters for WX. We have 4 centimeters for XY. And finally, 5 centimeters for WY. If I fill each of these in, I know that 5 plus 4 is 9. Count up 3 more, I get a total of 12. 12 centimeters for the perimeter of triangle number 2. All right, now we're going to practice estimating again. So put your rulers aside. And when we look at this triangle, I would have to say that side HJ and side HI look almost exactly the same. So when I make my estimate, I'm actually going to guess that those are the same. So I personally think those are 4 centimeters. So I'm going to find HI and I'm going to write 4 centimeters. Remember, you might agree with me, you might not. I already told you I'm not a very good estimator. So maybe you want to pick something different. And side JH is also 4. Now, when I look at this smaller side, I know that that one definitely looks smaller. So you want to make sure your guess, your estimate is smaller than 4. I'm going to guess 2 for that one. When you're ready, go ahead and measure each of those sides and see how you did. So if I measure HI, I get, 3 centimeters. Now, I still have to measure this side because I'm not for sure it's the same, but it is indeed the same. And then the last one is 2 centimeters. Whoops, that's not right. So both of these sides are 3, and then the smaller side is 2. Go ahead and fill in your perimeter equation. And when you solve for that, 3 plus 3 is 6, plus 2 more is 8. So a total of 8 centimeters for that triangle's perimeter. All right, when you're ready, let's turn the page. Oh my goodness. So we have 3 more triangles to solve. And we're going to estimate on each one. So here is what we are going to do. We are actually going to fill in the estimates for each one, and then I'm going to have you go back and measure, okay? So if you want, you can start by filling in all of your centimeter marks, even on your measure side too. Just write them over to the right side. Go ahead and pause the video and do that now. All right, so now what we're going to do is we are going to look and estimate for each one of these triangles. So let's start by talking about number 4. If I look at number 4, I'm not sure if any of the sides are the same. LM is definitely one of the shorter ones, but maybe if I turn my paper, I don't know, maybe OL and MO are the same. So think about that when you're making your estimates. So go ahead and make your estimates for this triangle. Remember, no rulers involved. We're just estimating. If you need to pause the video, go ahead. Otherwise, let's move on to the next one. Number 5. If I look at number 5, I see that DE and FD look very similar in size. So I'm going to make my estimate the same for both of those. I'm going to guess 6. And I'm going to guess 5 on my shorter side. You make your estimates. And if you need to pause the video, go ahead. Otherwise, we'll move on. Now, if I'm looking at these sides, these all look really similar in size. I think I'm going to make my estimate the same for each one because they look so close. Maybe this is an equilateral triangle. So I'm going to guess 4 for each of them. Once you're done filling in all your estimates, I want you to pause the video and complete the rest of them. Now, remember, you must measure every side in a triangle. We don't know if they're equilateral or isosceles. They might all be scalene. We don't know if they have any sides the same. So measure each side. You're going to fill in your chart, fill in your numbers, and fill in your perimeter equation. When you are done, press play on the video to see if you got it correct. All right, friends, how'd you do? Let's see how I did. All right, LM is 3 centimeters. MO is 4 centimeters. And OL is also 4 centimeters. So now I'm going to fill these in. Oh my, I switched mine around, I think. I was way off on some of mine. Whoops, you got to be careful. So 3M or LM was 3 centimeters. MO was 4 centimeters and OL was also 4 centimeters. Whoops. That happens though. Sometimes got to pay close attention, right? When I fill in those numbers, I get 8, 9, 10, 11. And the second one, I have DF is 5 centimeters. FE or EF is 4 centimeters. And DE is 5 centimeters. So I was off by 1 on each of these. So DE is 5, EF is 4, and 5. Get a total of 14. So regardless of what your estimates are, we should all be having the same measurements and the same perimeter. You can write these in any order as long as you write all of them. And let's see, was the last one an equilateral triangle? I hope so. 4 on the right track. And 4. For once, Mrs. Peterson got her estimates right. So 4, 4, and 4. And 4, 4, and 4 again. 4 plus 4 is 8. Plus 4 more is 12. So 12 centimeters around that last triangle. All right, friends, that is it for today's lesson. Great job. We will practice more in small groups. I'll see you later.